Hello and welcome to the Access Festival. My name is Alex Chisholm and I'm one of the co-producers of the festival. Access is an arts festival focused on access for people with visible and invisible disabilities and people seeking equity like Indigenous, Black, and people of color. What are we talking about when we're talking about access? We're talking about resources, justice, information, funding, opportunity, and more. The festival theme is art and accessibility in a time of change. We've had to change how we do the festival. Artists and performers have to change how they present their work to the community, how people access resources, and even human connection has been changing. So what is it we have to do now to put in place for post-COVID mental health? We're going to present 12 days of events, both live at the Gathering Place and online here. The Gathering Place Association and the Gathering Place Community Center, in partnership with Kickstart Disability Arts and funding from the City of Vancouver, the Province of British Columbia, and SPARC BC, are proud to present the Access Festival. We hope you enjoy our events.
Mr. Namet, the Mok, me Lalamit tea, Hakush to Stilum, Hakush to Stemiswa, Quaifman, the Suithatus to Stilum, the Slolum, the Hakushain, Stewius to him, Amos Talum, Hakush, Stavni for this art, just to eat them. Hi, Tef Jewett, who you know at the Swallowing, who you know at the Swallowing, Kunsni Hakush, the Slolum, to Stilum, Stavni if ni Halitin to Stilum, Yoenet, Mistimu, Hi, Chka Kunsimi Tetso. First, I'm going to say thank you, each and every one, the participants that's going to come and share some songs, participants that's going to share the songs, instruments that they're going to use according to our first people. Song is healing. Song is prayer. The song I sang, a welcome song, Chief Dan George presented it to the people. For the mind, if it's heavy, the emotion is heavy, share that song. It's a strong prayer. Asking that Creator to come and help us, each and every one of us. Welcome each and every one of you that's participating, that's going to share a song. And the instrument that you're going to use is your healing. The song you're going to present to the people is your healing. So welcome to the unceded land of the first people, that we're here to help one another through song, through prayer, through visitation, but most of all, to welcome each and every one that's going to share these songs, and the song's going to help heal someone, or it's going to help heal the individual. So thank you, each and every one. Thank the ones that gathered us here, that we can be gathered in a good manner, in a good prayer, in good health. All my relations.
I am privileged to be here with Elder Eugene Harry. And Eugene and I met before this to kind of figure out what we should be speaking about. And everything we'll be discussing today is what Eugene wants to bring to the table today and wants you to hear today. So, Eugene, thank you for being here today. Eugene is a Cowichan tribe member, residential school survivor, longhouse speaker, ordained minister, and a Shaker church minister as well. So Eugene has a lot of experience, as well as being an Indigenous individual who is here to share some of his own experiences and stories with us. Hi, Eugene. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. You went Steelam Khalid, prayer song just before we start, to ease the mind, ease the emotion, medicine the people who are affected. Oh, 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 Slowlam, the Neek, Kawatsan, Schmakoset, Hatalos, the Squalowans, Sisuni, Ham, Sisu Halitin, Kus Ham, Kusni, Damatus, Nemister, Whist, Slowlam. Prayer songs from a late uncle. Late uncle was in sorrow, deep sorrow, and he cried real hard, and that cry turned into that chant, turned into that song. So a lot of the healing songs and a lot of the prayers either come from tragic moments, and here he gave that song for all of us to help heal. And I'm grateful to be here to open the minds, educate a little bit of the hardships that's happened. 215 is a great awakening of lost souls. 215, we honor and respect the 215 souls, which probably there is many, many more in different places. That's just one location. But I'm going to have a good mind to help you get an understanding of the hardships that our parents and our grandparents went through when they went through this residential school. Took away our language. Took away grandparents took us away from the parents, took us away from brothers and sisters. And those of us that had pets, they took us away from that. And when we were sitting in this school, and most couldn't speak English, was either hit, tortured, or hurt, starved. And what kind of school system is that to teach you? To be mean, to be angry, to be frustrated, to be lonely. And all we learned how to do was cry, and learned how to use this language. And this language is very hard to use because everything seems to be lies, or seems to be plays a hardship in your life. Our language meant so much. God gave it to us. And we can't deny God's gift, and the language is so important. Prayer songs. So we honor the 215. Most are welcoming them home. Most that are at ease now, knowing that they're going to put loved one to rest, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. It is hard when our parents and grandparents were waiting for their son or daughter to come home. And then when they tried to go back to the school to bring them home, they were told they ran away. So now we're going to honor those spirits that are at ease, they're at rest, they're going to be moving to that good place. I don't want them to go to heaven. I want them to go to our promised place, the happy hunting ground. If heaven, for the Catholic Church, the Bible teachers, Bible speakers, they could have that heaven. They talk about hell. They tell us, they say we're going to go to that place. Hell is made for those people who carry that Bible. Because in one hand they carry the Bible, in the other hand they carry the strap. I'm going to say my people that were suffering and hurt is a really equivalent to this man that they call Jesus Christ. He was whipped. He was tortured. He was crowned with thorns. He was nailed to the cross. And even to his death, they speared him in the side and ripped his side open. And this man they called Jesus looked up into the heavens. Father, forgive them. It's hard. I'm going to tell my people that they have that. Be humble. Look up to the sky at our Father in order for the 215 to be free, to be at that happy hunting ground. Let it not be me to hold their spirit back. Let it not be me to block their way to that happy hunting ground, but let it be all of us together in unity and prayer that Father Sky is going to take them to that promised place, that happy hunting ground, so they could rest in peace and send us good messages, good understanding of life that's coming is going to be much, much better. I want each and every one of you to really understand the hardships we went through. I'm not looking for sympathy, but I'm looking for somebody that's to listen. If you heard everything with your ears, you haven't felt the pain. If you heard everything with your other ear, and you haven't felt the emotion, and you haven't felt the cry, and you never let the teardrops fall, you have no heart. Your door is shut closed to your emotion. Your door is shut closed to your heart. So our ancestors used to say, open your mind and let that healing come in. Open your emotion and have a good understanding and have that healing in your emotion. Open the door to your awareness. The awareness is the strength of your well-being. You know your parents. You know they had parents. And your mom had parents and grandparents. Resurrecting your awareness and loving yourself is equivalent to many, many, many prayers. Because when your awareness is upright, the power of seeing good things, the power of saying good things, the power of acting upon good things, when your awareness is upright. And your awareness is love where you came from. So the ones that never heard with their heart, listened with their heart and their emotion, I'm just here to help open your mind, to give you that understanding. Because those who hold the Bible, read the Bible with one hand, hold it in one hand, and teach it dearly, but yet they wouldn't have sent my ancestors to hell. And we don't have that hell. We don't have that. So that place was designed for you who hurt my people. Now I'm going to turn to the ones that are lonely, waiting patiently for their loved ones to come home. Fix that mind. Let your emotion rest and welcome that healing into your emotion. And open the door of that healing, heals the heart, fills the heart, warms the heart, broken heart, shattered heart, with the power of prayer from our ancestors. The power of a song, the power of a smudge. Treat each day with high respect. Even washing your face in the morning, treat it with respect. Treat it with high honor. When you wash your hands, it's equivalent to the smudge ceremony. Your hands are so clean. When you bring those water to your eyes, you see good things in a good way. See good things, bring it to your ears, you hear good things in a good way. Mouth, speak good things and you smell good things. And our ancestors used to take it further. They used to go into the water and submerge 4 times. One for the mind, the emotion, the awareness, the heart, and whatever heavy well-being they carry on their shoulder. So our grandparents said, "Nich tiwit kwa asam lemmet tani aimat ni." When you pray, you look up into the heavens. You look up into the sky. That's our Father. Be open-minded and be like a funnel to receive what goodness you're asking for, and to look at it, because residential school, they tell you when you're going to pray, they want you to bow your head, put your head down, and you can't see the goodness coming down, and you don't receive the goodness coming down. So grabbing that teaching of the old people who walked the goodness of life before this foreign language, who walked the goodness in life through prayer, regalia. So residential school took our regalia off, took our regalia away, took away our prayer. When they took our regalia away and told us to speak their language, we had no protection. We had no protection. So I'm here to help the ones that can hear with their heart, to listen very carefully what I say. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just looking for justice. Justice for the ones that can't speak no more. Freedom to go to the happy hunting ground safely. These words, I'm not looking for a fight. I'm just looking for peace of mind for those that are still angry about, why don't we forget about it? Our children are so precious. I have 7 children. I have 15 grandchildren. I have 17 great-grandchildren. I hear the old people say we could live in a house, our long house, 7 generations, 9 generations. And I'm scared because nowadays we don't make it to 80 years old, and elders are leaving us. I'm 71, I'm not an elder yet. I still have a sister. Elder is recognized as the last woman standing in the family, the last man standing in the family. I always tell the children, don't lose your language. Don't lose the way you pray. Bring that back. But go to school, get educated, and try to fit in. Try to fit into society, because we're still invisible in our land. I'm going to say thank you to 215 Spirit people, because I hope you start to learn how to listen. I hope you have that feeling in your heart of sadness. I hope you feel that hurt, because when you feel those things, there's something to look forward to, that there is a time we can really be honored and say that word, reconciliation, with truth. Because that's a hard word to say, hard word to swallow. Because our ancestors have nothing to reconcile. They went right to our homes and took their children. Today, I'm grateful. Preschool is drumming and singing, language coming in. Reconciliation is to be able to take care of the teachers, the caretakers, to fit in.
Thanks, Eugene. That was a lot. You really covered a lot of what we discussed before this, and you were just speaking about reconciliation. What does reconciliation mean?
Right now, it seems to be a one-sided. It's one-sided because, meaning, if they want to reconcile, they're going to take care of drummers, they're going to take care of weavers, they're going to take care of carvers, and they're going to build I want, hopefully, the same amount of buildings the government has to build, so we can bring our drumming and our singing and our language back in those buildings. And they take care of they sponsor it and take care of the teachers, the elders that can speak the language. And that's a small step of reconciliation. But just saying sorry is not enough. Reconciliation is to be able to teach the younger people how to be parents, teach them how to be grandparents, aunts and uncles, the language and the computers. I'm so grateful that the young people are bringing the language back, but the government has to sponsor those teachers to bring it back. Build us a beautiful home, because they burnt our longhouses. They destroyed our longhouses. So I may be the only one saying that reconciliation is still bitter and sour, but to me, reconciliation is return everything you took away from us and more, because I believe it was 152 years they took it away from us. And just saying sorry thinks it covers that 152 years. They're still traumatized. I never told my kids about my residential school, but I always tried to make a better life for them. Better life for them. I helped them go to school. I want them to learn the best way they can. but I teach them the good things that we have at home also.
Thank you. We also were discussing before anger with our new number 215 in our consciousness now. There is so much anger and so much bitterness and hatred going on in so many communities. It brings up so many issues in so many different ways. Can you talk about at all possibly how to deal with that? The anger that comes with that?
You start to see partner see it Clem to limit to stay some square tea mukslachen. So our knees need say our knees need hot stain. Our knees hot swallowing. Our knees yakten is this. So fate and Ella just said it's good to recognize that anger. Recognize that anger in your mind. Address it in your mind so it won't destroy your mind and cause you to go crazy. Address it in your emotion. And then that emotion and that tears fall, that's also a recognition of knowing that anger is there. And especially recognizing your awareness. We don't want your awareness to fall down. We don't want your awareness to fall back. But address it and recognize it in your awareness. Recognize that anger and that hurt and that pain and that frustration and that hurt so bad that recognize it in your heart and address it. So recognize it and let it run and mix in your bloodstream. If you are true with your words and prayer in your language, that anger can be outside of your mind, that anger can be outside of your emotion, that anger is outside your awareness, that anger is outside your heart, and that anger can be your friend, because we just want this 215 to be safe. Again, if we had that anger and that frustration, we're just as bad as the one that hurt them. It's hard for me to say, but again, equivalent to that man that was on the cross. Forgive them. We have to forgive them so our 215 could be set free. Don't own that anger, and don't let that anger grasp your mind, crush your emotion, own your heart, and cause inner bodily pain.
We only have a few minutes left, unfortunately. I wanted to know if you could leave us with a final thought.
I'm looking at the world. I'm looking at the world because now the voices and the stories of our ancestors are now heard, and now it's seen. And I want you to feel it. I want you to feel it because the feeling is the one that's going to trigger and it's going to wake the world up of we are one family. We were called savages. We were called heathen. Today, I am now going to tell you I'm reborn again. I'm going to take that title. I'm going to wear that title, savage, with honor and respect. If that's what they want us to be, I want to be a savage of prayer warrior. I want to be a savage of help to heal my people. A savage of protecting my children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. I want to see another generation. I want to walk with this family the way our ancestors used to walk. Helping one another, loving one another, forgiving one another. And I suppose I heard there's Jesus brought those words 2,000 some years ago. And I wanted to continue on. Brothers and sisters, love one another. Brothers and sisters, help one another. Brothers and sisters, forgive one another. Oh, 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 could do no is to pray. Pray for one another. Pray for one another.
It's been a privilege. Thanks for spending time with us today, Eugene.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.